Right now, in your kitchen, there is a humming metal box that you consider essential for basic survival. If the power in your neighborhood goes out for 48 hours, your modern refrigerator turns into a useless cabinet and all your food will rot. We have been taught that refrigeration is an exclusive miracle of the 20th century, dependent on toxic gases, complex compressors, noisy motors, and above all, uninterrupted electricity. Our global food chain lives at the mercy of an electrical outlet. If the power grid fails, we simply don't know how to preserve what we eat. But what almost no one tells you is that 2,500 years ago, entire civilizations manufactured and stored massive blocks of ice in the middle of the planet's most unforgiving deserts, all under a scorching 100-degree sun and without using a single watt of electricity. We assume, with our vision conditioned by modern technology, that to make ice you absolutely need an enclosed space and a machine that mechanically forces hot air out. We believe that cold is something that must be artificially generated. Therefore, the idea of keeping ice cream and solid blocks of ice intact in the middle of the blistering ancient Middle Eastern summer seems like a physical impossibility. After all, how do you fight the extreme desert heat without a gas-powered motor? But historical truth shatters this modern certainty. The ancient Persians didn't try to generate cold through brute mechanical force. They built structures so mathematically perfect that they forced the planet Earth itself to do the refrigeration work for them. They mastered thermodynamics with such precision that the desert wasn't an obstacle, it was the ice-making machine itself. If you go to Iran today, you will still see these colossal machines standing in the middle of the sands. They are called Yakhchals, giant mud domes that look like alien beehives. But that wasn't just a storage building, it was a passive super refrigerator. The first major hack was the material. They didn't use ordinary stones. Persian engineers invented a mortar called sarooj, an impenetrable mixture of sand, clay, egg whites, ash, and goat hair. This composition created an almost absolute thermal and waterproof shield. The dome's walls were up to 2 meters thick at the base, completely blocking the heat transfer from the desert. Furthermore, the conical shape of the roof itself created a natural vacuum. The hot air, which is lighter, rose and escaped through a tiny hole at the top while underground channels continuously pulled in a freezing breeze from below. But building a thermal dome created an impossible logical problem. The Yakhchal was perfect for keeping ice, but how did they manufacture the very first block of ice when daytime temperatures boiled at 100 degrees? And it was exactly to solve this that they utilized an insane physical concept called radiative cooling. They knew that the clear desert sky at night has no humidity to trap heat. So, they dug long, shallow pools right outside the dome and filled them with water brought from deep aqueducts. When night fell, even if the air temperature didn't reach freezing, the water radiated its heat directly into the freezing vacuum of outer space. The sky literally sucked the heat out of the water, freezing it solid before dawn. But as soon as the sun came up, it would melt everything, and that's why they built the giant dome right next to the pools. Before sunrise, massive blocks of newly formed ice were cut and pushed directly into the Yakhchal's underground pit, guaranteeing a year-round ice supply for the entire city. Today, when a microchip burns out or the compressor gas leaks, your high-tech refrigerator instantly becomes trash, and you have to buy another one. We have outsourced our ability to preserve resources to machines with a lifespan programmed to fail. Ancient humans couldn't afford that luxury. They didn't fight the climate using electricity. They shaped the Earth's physics in their favor using mud, wind, and the stars. The Yakhchal was a perfect thermodynamic machine that needed no spare parts and worked uninterrupted for centuries. We've created smart refrigerators with digital screens that tell you when you're out of milk. It's true. But in our obsessed race for plastic convenience, we've completely forgotten how to build something smart enough to last forever without needing to be plugged into a wall.